Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get the GPS spoofer for the Snapchat that you can actually install on any of your devices. That's going to let you fake your location on Snapchat or spoof your location on Snapchat. I'm going to be going over all the steps to installing it. So make sure you go ahead and hit the like button if this works out for you. And with that aside, let's just go ahead and get started with this video tutorial. So we're just going to go ahead and click that location icon, and it's basically going to allow us to change our location to literally anywhere on the map in Snapchat. And I'm going to be going over exactly how this works. So as you can see, this is essentially a custom version of the Snapchat app. It's called the Snapchat Plus Plus, and it's just been released literally 2021. And this wasn't a thing like until 2020, was because like Snapchat was trying to break down and everything. But we finally have it back, and I'm going to show you how you can get it. So basically, it has a lot of more features compared to the normal Snapchat app. First thing that you will notice right there, it's quite different UI as compared to the original app. And the reason for that is because we are able to actually log into multiple Snapchat accounts on this as well, along with being able to spoof locations and a lot of other cool features. So right off, as you can see right there, we have an option to log in as the account that I already have added, or we can just go ahead and add a new one. If I go ahead and click that, it's basically going to go ahead and open up the account that I selected, and then I have this option under the like when you just click on your name, it just pops up this screen, and you have this option along with the plus settings. We also have this option to basically go ahead and spoof our location to literally any location. You just select it and it allows you to spoof that. So it's pretty simple as to I don't really need to explain more, I guess. And in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly how you can install this. Now, this is a tweaked version, as I already mentioned, so you can't actually get it from the App Store. We'll have to go ahead and get it as an add-on using like profiles and all that. So I'm going to be going over all of that if you've never done it before, so don't worry about it. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started with this video. The first thing that I'm going to do is actually just remove this from the device so we can get started. So let me go ahead and uninstall this. And with that, let's go ahead and get started with this video, guys. So guys, before we install this version of the Snapchat Plus Plus on our iOS-based devices, what we have to do first of all is go ahead and make sure our device is all compatible for that. Now, what I mean by that is going ahead and making sure of a few things. The first thing being making sure that we have the original version of the Snapchat installed from the App Store. If you just go ahead and look for Snapchat on the App Store and make sure you have the official version of the Snapchat installed before we move on any further. Now, once you've made sure of that, you can just go ahead and exit that out. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and make sure our iOS device is compatible with the version of Snapchat Plus Plus that we're going to install. And for that, you have to go ahead and make sure your iOS version is anything above iOS version 10. If you don't know how to check that, you can just go ahead and simply head over to Settings, go below, just scroll down, click on General, click on About, and it will tell you the software version that you're on, or the iOS version it's also called. Make sure it's anything above iOS 10. If it's anything below iOS 10, you're not going to be able to install this version of Snapchat since it's not compatible with it. Once done, simply go ahead and exit out Settings. Now, the last thing we're going to do is make sure our device actually allows for tweaked apps to be installed, that is the Snapchat Plus Plus itself. And the way you make sure of that is by going over to Settings, scrolling down all the way until you see Safari and simply clicking on it. Now, once you do that, what you're going to do is make sure your device allows cookies and they're not blocked. The way you do this is by scrolling down under the Safari settings, and you will see this option right there, which says, just a second, which says block all cookies. Now make sure this option right there, it's disabled and it's not set to on, which is going to be the green side. Make sure it's not set to that. If you set it to that option, it's not going to allow us to install profiles from the Safari browser and will not be able to get the app. So now, once all of it is done, all we have to do is go ahead and simply open up Safari and simply get the app. You can also use Chrome for this, but I'm going to be using Safari for this tutorial. So once you launch your browser, just go ahead and simply head over to this site. It's called yatehub.app. Make sure you get it exactly as it is. It's yatehub.app. And once you're there, just go ahead and click on the search bar and search for Snapchat. So right there, as you can see, the latest version, just go ahead and click on it and click on Start. Now, this is the version of the app that comes with the spoofer, the location spoofer. So just go ahead and wait for this to quickly process through, and then we'll move on to the last step. Now I'm just gonna wait for this to happen real quick. So once it's done, it's gonna take us to this page which contains all the files or the apps that are on the App Store that we have to essentially get. So just go ahead and open them up, just read what it's saying and asking you to do on them, and just do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the first that I have right here. And once done, I'll exit it out and simply follow it through with the next one that I have. Get that one as well. And just as soon as that's done, exit it out and go back to Safari once again. Once you've done everything, it'll simply say that it's completed, and in that case you have to go ahead and restart the device. But you don't actually have to do that. You can just go ahead and respring it by locking and simply getting back on it, and you will see the app right there. And that is how simple it's going to be to get it. If you have any questions regarding this whole process, of course you can go ahead and leave it down in the comments. And that's how easy it is, guys. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.